Hi guys, in this video, we are going to create a very simple tic-tac-toe game using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So if you are trying to learn JavaScript and you are an absolute beginner, this project will help you a lot. So let me give you a short demo that what we are going to create in this particular video. So we will have this kind of interface, and then there will be two users like 0 and the second one is X. You can click any on the boxes. Now when I will click on this button, you will see a pop-up message that the 0 has won. So as you can see, the 0 won. So you can also restart the game or you can cancel that particular game. So if we click restart, the game will be restarted as well. So this kind of game we are going to create in this particular video. So let's get started. Also, I will provide you all the source code at the end of this video. So first of all, I have a tic-tac-toe folder over here, and in this folder I will open this in my cmd code dot. So yes, I have opened this folder in my VS Code, and I'm going to create a file named index.html. index.html. So here I will write all the HTML related code. So let me rename it as Tic Tac Toe. And in the body, let's create the basic container of the whole project. So I'm going to create a div and I'm going to say class is equal to container, and inside that container I'm going to create 3 rows because we will need 3 rows, 1, 2 and 3. So I'm going to create the 3 rows. So first of all, I will create a new div and I'll say its class as row1. And now I will create 3 buttons inside each class. So I'm going to create a button. Class is equal to, let's say, wraps. ID is equal to btn1. So I'm assigning ID to this button because I will use this ID in my JavaScript code later on. So let me create 3 buttons real quick. So as you can see, I have created 3 buttons, but I'm not going to write anything inside these buttons. Why? Because you can see these buttons are empty by default. So whenever a user will click on this button, then I will write 0 or X or 0. So I will write the data inside this button using JavaScript later on. So let me create 2 more rows for this tic-tac-toe game, and I will say it row 2 and I will say this as row 3, and let me rename the IDs real quick. So I have created the 3 rows. Now our HTML part is completed. Now it's time to design this particular project. To design this, I'm going to create a new folder here in my root directory and name it as assets. And inside assets, I'm going to create a new directory and call it as CSS. And now inside this CSS folder, I'm going to create a new file named as style.css. Inside this CSS, I'm going to write the whole CSS code. So let's say I'm going to say body background color and RGB 1, 22 and 39. So I'm going to set my body color to this. Let me see is this color has applied or not. So let me run this index file. So as you can see, we have 3 buttons over here, but our body color is not applied yet because we haven't included this CSS file in index.html. So to include this CSS file in your index.html, I'm going to link it over here. So I'm going to say link rel is equal to style sheet and type equal to text CSS and href equal to the path of my css file, css style.css. Yes, now I think it will apply. So as you can see, our css file has been applied to this particular project. So now I'm going to style my tic-tac-toe app. So that's it for the styling part. We have styled our tic-tac-toe. Let's see how it's looking. So I'm going to refresh this page. So as you can see, I have designed the basic layout of my project. But now if I'm clicking on these buttons, nothing is happening because I haven't used any JavaScript yet. So to use JavaScript, I'm going to create a new folder inside assets and I'm going to name it as JS. And inside JS, I'm going to create a new file and I'm going to say it main.js. And in main.js, I'm going to write all the JavaScript code. So first of all, I have to include this JavaScript in my index.html. And to include this, I'm going to say script and src is equal to assets js main.js. So first of all, I'm going to test it that this file has been included or not. So I'm going to say alert hello world. So let's see. I'm going to refresh this page. So as you can see, our JavaScript file has been included. So now I'm going to use my JavaScript code over here and let's get started. So first of all, I will get the IDs of all these buttons written over here. So to get this, I will use DOM. So let's say let btn1 equal to document dot get element by ID, and I will say btn1. So now I have to get the IDs of other buttons as well. So let me copy this and paste it 10 times. So after this, I have already written the whole JavaScript code for this tic-tac-toe app. So this code is extremely large, around 200 to 300 lines. So I'm not going to write all of this JavaScript code. So let me show you how you can get all of the code from my website. So I'm going to my website, which is snipbyte.com. So you have to write snip byte over here, and from here, as you can see, this is my website snipbyte. So you have to click on this link, and after clicking this link, you will be redirected to my home page. So from here, you have to go to this menu over here, projects. So from here, you will see all the list of projects that we have. If you didn't find your tic-tac-toe app over here, by the way, it's right here. But in case if you're not able to find this project, you will simply have to type tic-tac. So when I type this, it display the result, all the result data related to this query. So as you can see, this is the app which I was looking for. So you have to click on this particular project, and here I have all the HTML code, all the CSS code, all the instructions that how to run this particular project. And by the way, CSS and HTML part is done. We just have to copy the JavaScript code, which also I have mentioned that where you have to place that particular code, like assets JS and main.js, like this assets JS and main.js. I'm going to just copy this one and paste it in my VS Code. So I'm going to remove this and just I have to paste this whole code. As you can see, this is around 360 lines, 361 lines. So that's why I didn't type the whole code, because it will make the video more complex and very long. So I just copy the whole code because I have already written it for you. So you can just understand it later on. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I will describe each and everything in detail. So as you can see, we are using alert messages. By the way, for alert messages, we are using Sweet Alert. So if you don't know what is Sweet Alert, you can come over here and search Sweet Alerts. So Sweet Alert is a beautiful library. Like as you can see, the difference. This is the normal alert, and this is the Sweet Alert. So we are using this one. What you can do is simply copy this code and paste it. As you can see, we just copy the code and paste it over here. So basically, the main purpose of programming is not to write each and everything. You have to understand the logic of programming. So if you understand the main concept of the project, you can just copy and paste the code. So it's not important, not necessary to write each and everything by yourself. So I hope that you will like this video. And in case of any question, you can ask below in the comment section. I will see you next time with a new project.